Hello, fellow communicators and content creators. Do you find yourself struggling to communicate effectively? Do you ever put pen to paper, or rather fingers to keyboard, and then just stop? Because you realise at that moment you've got nothing to say. All those good ideas you've had, the video that you'd scripted entirely in your head whilst falling to sleep the night before, has disappeared completely. Well, fear not, as I've got some good news for you. Firstly, make sure you use the Note app on your phone and write down the kernel of those ideas before you forget them. And believe me, that's a note to self as well. And then, when you're ready, I want to suggest you use ChatGPT and Grammarly. Now, these two amazing tools, they've transformed how I gather my thoughts and write them down so they make sense. See, as someone who's always loved writing, whether that be online articles or scripts for videos, I'm always on the lookout for ways to improve my writing skills, and that's where ChatGPT and Grammarly come in. So unless you've been living under a rock and have never heard of ChatGPT, I wish they'd changed the name, let me fill you in. This is an AI-powered language model that generates human-like responses. It's like having a writing assistant sitting by your side that can create quick and reasonably polished content for you. And Grammarly checks your writing for grammar, obviously, spelling and punctuation errors. Using these tools together has been an absolute game changer for me. I can generate a framework of articles and scripts with ChatGPT to help me get started, and then after adding more of, me into what I'm writing, I run my content through Grammarly to ensure I'm hitting the style I'm shooting for. With ChatGPT, you actually have to consider what kind of input and response is appropriate. You can't expect it to write something close to what you want without carefully crafting your request. And with Grammarly, you have to think about how you want your writing structured. So, since I've been using these tools, I feel like I'm at some kind of communication bootcamp that's helping me become a better communicator by encouraging me to think about what I want to say and how I want to say it. The suggestions from both tools have made me more aware of my personal writing style and how I can improve it, how I might rewrite my sentences and paragraphs so they're more considered and make more sense. Writing well is an important skill to develop, and with these online tools you can practice writing regularly and receive instant feedback on your writing. These two tools together are a wordsmith's powerhouse, and I feel like they've made a noticeable impact on the quality of my writing and my overall communication skills. And who knows, maybe one day I'll be writing the next best-selling book. If you're short on time, these tools are a lifesaver. With ChatGPT, you can generate ideas and initial structure before adding some personal panache. And then with Grammarly, you can ensure your creation's error-free in just a few minutes. This has helped me save time on writing emails, crafting social media posts, and even writing scripts or videos like this one. So, if you want to improve your communication skills and practice becoming a better writer, I highly recommend checking out ChatGPT and Grammarly. They're a really helpful dynamic communication duo, and they'll have you writing and speaking like a pro in no time. Now, what I've shared in this short video, it really does just scratch the surface of what can be achieved with these AI-powered programs. ChatGPT and Grammarly, they're constantly improving and adding new features that are going to help us communicate more effectively. So in conclusion, where communication is more critical than ever, I think using tools like these can make all the difference, whether that's communicating for business or personal reasons. These tools can help you present yourself in the best light possible. Try them out and see the difference for yourself. If you use either or both of these tools, I'd love to hear about how you use them and what you think of them. Do you want to create amazing and eye-catching content only using your iPad? Do you want to level up your content creation game? Would you agree with me that the digital content creation landscape is constantly evolving? Content creators seem to have to strive to produce something new that's compelling and engaging that will captivate their audience afresh. If you're a content creator looking to raise your game, or maybe someone who wants to simply create something that stands out from the rest with very little effort, let me present to you a powerful combination of the Mojo app and the LumaFusion video editing app on the iPad. Together, these two powerful applications provide a wide array of features that will enhance the appeal of your content and enable you to communicate your ideas with a bit more panache. The Mojo app is a fantastic tool for those aiming to create professional and visually appealing videos with little effort. And although it's primarily tailored for social media content, I found that the app also works really well to construct that video title or transition that LumaFusion or other video editing apps of your choice can't easily achieve. Mojo boasts impressive video title templates catering to diverse styles and preferences. These templates offer an efficient way to capture the viewer's attention while making your message aesthetically pleasing. So, while Mojo was originally designed with social media platforms in mind, in my opinion, its adaptability and customizable features extend well beyond that sphere. The app's extremely user-friendly interface makes it an indispensable resource for content creators across various mediums, particularly when combined with the power of the aforementioned LumaFusion app. So until Apple decides to create a version of Final Cut Pro for the iPad OS, LumaFusion is the only real choice of a top-tier video editing app for iPadOS, iOS devices. Now, I realise that DaVinci Resolve, a pro video editing program, has recently come to the iPad, but as I understand it, DaVinci Resolve is first and foremost a colour correcting, colour grading app that you happen to be able to edit videos on. Of course, I could be wrong, as I've not played around with it too much. So why don't you let me know your thoughts by leaving a comment below. Regarding LumaFusion, I very much appreciate its comprehensive features, its intuitive interface, which works incredibly well on my 12.9-inch iPad Pro. The iPad Pro has been my main computer for a long time, and I've used it with LumaFusion to create pretty much all of my online video content, including this video. The app has multi-track editing, some colour correction, and audio mixing capabilities, amongst many other valuable and professional features. And over the last year, it added the ability to use third-party plugins such as Brush-Fry? Anyway, it's an excellent audio noise reduction app. LumaFusion, I think, provides content creators with nearly everything they need to produce high-quality videos on their iPad Pro. However, despite its many robust offerings, LumaFusion falls woefully short in one aspect: its selection of video titles. I think you have to jump through far too many hoops to create something that looks like it was made in 2023, not 2003. And this is where the Mojo app fills the gap for me and complements LumaFusion's video editing capabilities. Adding Mojo's video titles to my LumaFusion projects gives me visually interesting, attention-grabbing elements in my videos in just a few clicks. Integrating these two applications is a straightforward process that can be broken down into the following simple steps. First, I create my video title in Mojo by selecting an appropriate template and customizing the text, the colors, and animations to complement my content. Once I'm satisfied with the design, I export the video to my Files app, and next I open the relevant project in LumaFusion and import the Mojo video file onto the timeline, adjusting its position and duration as required. Then I edit my video, apply any other transitions, and make the necessary adjustments to produce a cohesive, polished final product. Easy! And that's done in just a few minutes, in a few clicks. Using Mojo and LumaFusion on the iPad Pro presents numerous advantages for content creators. Firstly, the enhanced visual appeal of the many types of titles and templates given in the Mojo app ensures that your message stands out among the plethora of online content. The powerful combination of Mojo's unique titles and LumaFusion's advanced editing tools help with audience engagement and comprehension, allowing your ideas to shine. Combining these two applications will enable you to easily create visually stunning titles in little to no time. In the highly competitive world of online video, creating content that stands out and communicates effectively is crucial for success. Now, I believe that I've elevated my online content by harnessing the power and using the Mojo app and LumaFusion app together on my iPad Pro, which ultimately should help me communicate the message of my videos more effectively and increase engagement. So, whether you're a seasoned professional or a budding content creator, if the iPad is your primary device, integrating these two applications will enable you to produce unique videos that hopefully resonate with your audience. They have for me. Give them a go and let these two powerful tools take your content creation endeavors to new heights. What do you think? Have you used either of these apps? And how do they help you level up what you do? What kind of work do you use these apps for? Personal stuff or more professional endeavors? So let's start with something you might not expect on this list, and that's your email client, the app that you use to access everything email related. You're a new student, you've got a load of information coming your way, assignments, group projects, social events, and more. And I think Spark is the ultimate email client to help you navigate the digital email maze. So you have this overwhelming flood of emails, from those lecture notes to group project updates and social newsletters. And you're finding that your inbox is quickly becoming a jungle, and that little red notification number just keeps going up. The cool thing about Spark, its unique selling point, is that it neatly categorizes your emails into personal, newsletters, and notifications. So that crucial email from your lecturer won't get lost amid the sea of weekend social invites. And here's another unique selling point that Spark has. You get an important email just as you're heading to the lecture or study group. With Spark's snooze function, you can set it aside to reappear when you're ready to tackle it. Personally, I use snooze as a kind of to-do list. See, when I get an email, I usually do one of three things. The first is I respond immediately, or I delete it or spam it, or more importantly, I snooze it. And when I snooze it, I give it a customized time and day when I want it to reappear, when I know I'll probably be able to do something with it. Or the email itself might have a task with a deadline notice in it. So again, I snooze it to the appropriate time to remind me to hit that deadline. I've tried other apps, including Apple Mail, and even though that app also has snooze, for some reason the email doesn't disappear when you snooze it. What's the point of that? If I snooze something, I want it gone, out of my sight until I want to deal with it. And Spark does this simple action with ease. Now, if you can get some others on your team or group using Spark, then it suddenly opens up some collaboration possibilities. With Spark, you can privately comment on emails with the whole group or specific individuals. You can draft responses together in real time and even delegate tasks via email. It's like having a group meeting, minus the hassle of finding that free spot in the library. And lately, Spark has also added a touch of AI to its capabilities. I mean, who hasn't these days? But this is really useful, and there's a few things you can do. You can actually ask Spark to generate an email or reply for you. So if your mind is blank as to how you might start a reply or an email, you simply tap the AI button, input a few directions about what you want written, and boom, you've got some copy for you to change and alter as you see fit. The other cool use of AI is the ability of Spark to summarize your emails for you in either a short form, longer form, or even bullet points. How cool is that? And finally, Spark lets you customize to your heart's content pretty much. Adjust the sidebar to prioritize what emails get through and if or how you're notified, set your preferred actions and choose swipe gestures that make sense to you. It's like decorating your halls of residence room, but for your email. Spark might just be the academic ally you've been searching for. It's not just about managing emails, it's about optimizing your college or university life, one email at a time. Okay, my second suggestion for you is Fantastical 2. It's a calendar app, and as with Spark, I've used many different types of calendars, including the Apple default calendar, and I just keep coming back to Fantastical. Think of Fantastical 2 as the Swiss Army knife of scheduling. Designed for Mac, iPhone and iPad, it's well thought of by many tech enthusiasts and productivity gurus alike, as long as they're in the Apple ecosystem. One of the standout features of Fantastical 2 is in something called natural language parsing. Instead of fumbling through date pickers and time slots, you can simply type something like, I don't know, lunch with like and subscribe at 1 p.m. next Friday, and voila, it's scheduled. It's intuitive, it's quick, and well, it's fantastic. Now, you might juggle multiple calendars, work, personal, or more. Fantastical 2's calendar sets are simple to switch between. It also supports Google Calendar, Microsoft 365, Apple Calendar, and more. So if you're starting with a web-based calendar, you'll easily be able to add it to Fantastical. Now, Fantastical 2 looks sleek, it looks modern, it's incredibly user-friendly. The day, week, month and year views make sure you've got a clear overview of your schedule, no matter how packed it might be. Personally, on my iPhone, I keep it on day ticker so I can see what's coming up without having to tap deeper and deeper into the menus and days. In our modern post-COVID world where video calling has become the norm, Fantastical 2 integrates seamlessly with apps such as Zoom and Google and many others, recognizing a Zoom link, for instance, without you needing to do anything more than paste it into the meeting field. It'll even handle your reminders. Fantastical 2 isn't just about scheduling. As with Spark and the other app I'm going to show you, it's about optimizing your time and making every second count. This year, you might find yourself drowning in a sea of paper notes, highlighters, and textbooks. But there is hope to stop you going under. Goodnotes. Again, like the other apps, I've tried many note-taking apps on my iPad, and there are many that are just as good as Goodnotes, such as, for example, Notability. But as with many things, how it looks for me was what made me go all in on Goodnotes rather than any of the other note-taking apps. Now, hands up and confession time. For quite a few months now, I've actually moved on from making notes on my iPad to making scribbles on my Scribe from Amazon. But my wife went back to uni to become a midwife, and my daughter, who's just started her second year of college, both still use Goodnotes and love it, and all the features that it offers. At its basic use case with Goodnotes, you can scribble, doodle, and jot down those lecture points just like you would do on paper. However, organising notes on pen and paper can be a nightmare for a lot of us, especially when juggling multiple subjects. But what sets an electronic system apart from good old pen and paper is that you can create the folder system of your dream. Separate notebooks for each subject, each with their own unique cover page. You can create tabs for different topics, and you've got the ability to color code those tabs. Sure, you can do that in the real world too with all that dead tree material, but you can't carry them around with you all the time. All your notebooks accessible at the push of a button. But more than that, everything is searchable. Every jot and tittle, every word. Forgot where you wrote that crucial point about, I don't know, quantum physics or Shakespeare? Just type it in and Goodnotes will find it for you, even if it's handwritten. No more frantic flipping through pages before exams. And yes, if you connect a keyboard such as the Apple Magic Keyboard on the Pros and the Air, or make a Bluetooth connection on the other models, you can also type into Goodnotes. And for the creatives out there, Goodnotes isn't just about text. Diagrams, sketches, and importing images or PDFs are a breeze. Perfect for those art history essays or those complex biology diagrams. And as with Spark, you can also collaborate using Goodnotes. So group projects just got a whole lot easier. Share your notes, brainstorm together, annotate shared documents, all within the app. So yes, university and college life is a whirlwind of lectures, assignments, and late night study sessions, but with Goodnotes, you can bring a little order to the chaos. My wife was and still is an ardent paper note taker, but for everything to do with her uni course, she now notes everything down on her iPad using Goodnotes. She would say it really has revolutionized the way she works academically. Now, there is so much more to all three of those apps that they deserve a video of their own. But I hope I've given you just a taste of what's possible and what might help you through the coming year. As I said, there'd be a bonus suggestion for you, and that's to consider ordering the best screen protector I've ever used on my iPad, and that is Paperlike. Not only does Paperlike protect your screen from scratches, it also helps your iPad feel that little bit more like you're writing on actual paper. Now, hands up, it doesn't feel as good as writing on my Kindle Scribe, but it's close. Using this screen protector on an iPad together with that official Apple Pencil is so much better than writing on glass. It brings the right amount of friction that you would expect when writing with a pen in a notebook. Now, it's not the cheapest set to buy, but there's a reason why so many productivity-focused YouTube channels promote the Paperlike. And for a lot of them, a lot of the time, they're not even sponsored to say so. Just like me. I've received no sponsorship money for any of these things I've talked about in this video. I might have an affiliate link which I could put in the description. I'll see. All of what I've described is my real world use experience, and after using the iPad as my main computing device since the very first iPad, these apps I think are the best in class, in my humble opinion. But hey, tastes vary, and I'd love to hear what apps you use to keep yourself organized. Don't be shy, share them with the class in the comment section of this video. If you value what I bring in these videos, please would you consider becoming a member of The Spark? Membership is just £3 a month, sorry, £3 a month for my international audience, and you can cancel whenever you like. And for now, what I offer is a shout out on my next video and, of course, my deepest thanks. Oh, and you get to call yourself a sparkler. I mean, who doesn't want that? Well, after that bit of self-promotion, I hope this video has been helpful. Share it if you think it has, and I wish you the very best in this next season of your life.